Should you be using Zoom or Descript Rooms to record your interviews? The answer isn't as simple as you might think. So in this video, I'll be going over the pros and cons of each so you can decide which one is the right tool for your podcast or remote interview. The case for Zoom, the old reliable. Pro number one is the familiarity. This is a huge one. Your guests know how to use it. There's no friction. You send them a link, they click, and boom, they're in. You don't have to walk them through a new software setup or deal with a panicked email that says, I can't find the join button. It's the digital equivalent of meeting at the coffee shop that everyone knows. Pro number two, it's free-ish. The free plan gives you 40 minutes for group meetings, which is often enough for a quick chat or a short interview. And if you need more time and the extra features, the paid plans are pretty affordable. So pro number three is the reliability. I've done close to 2,000 Zoom calls while working remote the past 5 years, and I can't remember ever having Zoom itself be the cause of a failed call. If there's problems, it's usually someone's internet or their computer crashes, but Zoom itself is remarkably reliable. But, and this is a big but, Zoom wasn't built for content creation. It was built for meetings. So the con is the quality. Zoom is designed for business calls where it prioritizes speed and being able to speak in near real time over quality. That means to keep the meeting running smoothly, it's aggressively squashing your audio and video. You can have the most professional camera and microphone on the market, but the Zoom video is still going to turn out grainy. That audio is going to sound tinny and hollow. And if either you or your guest has a bad internet connection, you get that classic robotic glitchy effect. You can't fix what isn't there. Now let's talk about Descript Rooms. Descript isn't just an editing tool. It's an all-in-one recording and production studio. So pro number one is high quality recording. This is the main reason you might switch. Descript Rooms records in up to 4K. So you and your guests can take full advantage of, if you have it, expensive camera and studio setup. And it also records high quality audio from each participant. The second pro is that there's a layer for each guest. With every Rooms recording, you get separate audio or video tracks for every single participant. If your guest coughs or a dog is barking or people are talking over each other, no problem. In Descript, you can simply cut that moment from the track or mute it out without affecting whoever the main speaker is. So this gives you an incredible amount of control and makes your edits sound professional. And pro number three is it's built into Descript. This is where the real power lies. You don't have to download, upload, or sync anything. The moment you hit the button to finish recording, those high quality files are automatically in your Descript project, transcribed, and ready to be edited. And then from there, it's just like any other project you've ever edited in Descript. So what's the catch? Well, my cons list is the inverse of Zoom's pros. The big con is the learning curve and guest experience. Descript is a different beast. It's not as familiar as Zoom. It can be intimidating for someone who's never used it before. And there's a lot of little things that if you don't get right, increase the risk of having the call fail. For example, every participant on a Rooms call should be on their desktop on a computer, not a mobile device for the best results. I actually have a checklist of things that you can send to guests before each and every Rooms call. If you want access to that, click the link in the description. It's free. You just got to enter your email. And the second con is the reliability. On that note, because of point number one, people not knowing how to get everything set up properly for the call means there's a lot of complaints about this tool not being reliable. So please make sure you and your guests go through my checklist before each and every Rooms call. Again, the link for that is in the description. So who should use Zoom and who should use Rooms? The final verdict is you should use Zoom if you're primarily doing live interviews or meetings where the recording is a secondary concern. You need something simple and universally accessible for guests who are not tech savvy. You're on a tight budget and the free plan is all you need. And you're okay with the lower quality audio and video recordings. You should use Descript Rooms if you're a content creator, a podcaster, or a professional who needs the highest possible audio and video quality. You want to save time in post-production with Descript's editing tools, and you have the budget to pay for the tool because it's almost useless at the free tier. So I'm curious, how do you plan to use these tools? Let me know in the comments and I'll give you more ideas there. And if you want to see my video on setting up the Zoom integration with Descript, click this video next.